Yeah, my name is Pamela Kimkung, and I work for the Adaptation Learning Programme under CARE in Garissa. I'm the Governance and Advocacy Officer. So basically, my work involves a lot of advocacy. Since we started our project in CARE in Garissa, we've had a big improvement in terms of changes, especially in terms of addressing climate change and variability. For instance, when we started, we were trying to address the gaps. So we did what we call organizational capacity assessment. We assessed our organizations or our partners, and also the levels of the community's ability to address or to identify climate change. After doing the capacity assessment, we undertook a lot of capacity development. So like my work, a lot of it is at the county level, so I work with the government people and the CSOs at the county level. One of the things that came up was when we started, it's like people didn't seem to have ideas about climate change. But as time went by, people have now internalized, and when I talk about people, I mean the community members and even our partners. We have we have developed a model called the Partcipatory Scenario Planning, and this model has really helped in addressing issues of climate information. So we receive climate forecast from the meteorology, and we come up with plans and advisories which we disseminate to both the county government people, officers especially, the line ministries, and then the communities. And one of the things that has happened is that people have been able to make informed decisions based on the climate information. And how is that possible? Because when they receive the information, they are able to plan in advance. So this has enabled them come up with the plans that will deal with the hazards that come with the climate changes. Yes. So we have had people coming up with what we call diversification of livelihoods. We work in a community where basically livelihood has been pastoralism. But because climate change impacts negatively on livestock, for example, when drought hits, communities have no way of dealing with it. They cannot recover from the shocks unless they have other means. So this kind of led them to think of diversification. But diversification also needs knowledge, needs technology, for example. If these people have not been farmers, how will they start farming? So that is where we came in and built their capacities. We trained farmers, we trained groups, women groups on savings and so on. So we trained them on diverse areas where they can which they can use in terms of dealing with the hazards that come with the climate change and variability. So one of the areas that we've had, I think, achieved success is in farming. The farmers along the riverine, it's both irrigated and rain-fed farming. So they have really planted crops, and they have even been able to sell. They use some for consumption and some for sale. We've also had women saving and engaging in business like buying goats and selling milk, selling second-hand clothes. So this diversification is as a result of information. But then when we talk about climate information, therefore we say that when they get this information, planning becomes easier. They can plan for the 3 months rain that is about to fall. They can plant fodder. They can plant short range crops, and then they can save, or rather they can keep. When that time comes, they are able to cope with the situation. Apparently, this knowledge has helped even the farmers sell the ideas that they get, and so this idea has been bought even by the government. For example, you have the Agriculture Sector Development Support Program, which is now funding the Participatory Scenario Planning, because climate information is very key, and then in collaboration with the Kenyan Meteorological Services. And last year, our community members and other stakeholders participated in the learning route, and the idea of this being seen by many people really brought a lot of success. For example, the county director of planning made a very interesting comment. He said, I didn't know at first what this was all about, but after the learning route, I think I now understand, and I think I'll be able to support this thing fully. And that is why the officer in charge of planning in Garissa is the chairman of the Garissa Climate Change Working Group, which is an ALP facilitated group, and ALP is the secretariat, the Garissa Climate Change Working Group. So it is the one that kind of lobbies or is a forum where we address issues at the county level. And so this year again, when we participated in the learning group with the community members, it has been awesome because they feel like they are recognized. The community members are recognized, they are appreciated, and they see some sense in what they do. They feel that they are not just talked to, they don't attend PSP and then that is it. They feel that even coming this far for the learning route activity is enhancing not just their knowledge but even their exposure, and they are able to understand that there are people who are keenly interested in what they do. So basically that is what we feel the learning route is giving us, this exposure and the challenges and then the learnings. For example, when people ask questions, one, it tells us that they are very interested, but it also tells us that we can improve, we can do better in this model, and we can even reach more people. So the lessons, the questions, the challenges, the comments that they gave in the learning route session were very informative because they'll help us even improve better. And I'm sure that there'll be sustainability when it comes to our PSP, even long after ALP or CARE has exited Garissa. Thank you.